In the Barony of Kastakin, evil is rising. Creatures born of mud, stone, and bone have appeared. Politics keep the powers that be from taking action against this threat. The Barony needs heroes. In the far-off hamlet of Hovel's Way, two childhood friends, bound by dream and stars, may be the heroes that the Barony needs. This is their story. The story of the heroes of Hovel's Way. Odine Dahlia Celestine is played by Angela Murray.
She knows that there is something amiss here, but she is not socially adept to have any clue of how to help.
Eremon Durant is played by Jared Rasher.
I know, I've mentioned my dreams before. I had one that didn't just feel meaningful, it felt important.
And the Dungeon Master is Chris Sneezak.
Why are we teaching when we're fighting something terrible?
You will not invade my small clothes!
Get it off, get it off, get it off!
Now, we begin.
This place is called the Earthen Spike Facility. It wasn't always that. Before the war started, this place existed, and it was here to terraform land to turn it into farming land. During the war, they remodeled it to make it be a weapon called the Earthen Spike, which can cause a mountain to rise up, changing the landscape and causing whatever was there to be destroyed. That's what it does. That's what it is.
Sylpharia, can we disable this facility?
Yes, we can if we go and wreck those capacitors that those elementals were fixing.
Okay.
In fact, if we would have done that before, they might not have been able to do this. She says quietly.
Odie's just going to reach out and put a hand on her shoulder. We can't live with what we should have done because we did what we did for reasons we couldn't have known.
She looks up at you. You see one stream of water leak out of one of her eyes and hit the ground and turn a little frosty. She nods at you. Then they go back to working, to looking up and learning everything they can from this place. A little bit later, she points out the other room, the room that you didn't go into.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one that's to the north, but she says to the north is supposed to be some sort of armory. But that other room to the south of the large room where all those wandering elementals were is another set of capacitors. But it was converted into being one of the wards of Valhalmorris's prison.
So we can leave that one alone.
We probably should. It's being used for that purpose.
Let's look at this armory.
Yeah, the door's not locked.
Also, while they were examining everything, I got out my dice, my dice set, and played dice with Monty.
Nice. Monty's like rolling them back. And he's talking to you, but you can't understand him. Every once in a while, Sylpharia or maybe Odie will like yell over, like say over to you what Monty's actually saying. At one point, Monty's like, if I didn't know you were such an honorable guy, I'd say you're freaking cheating.
Yes, I know. I'm enjoying the game too.
That actually gives Odie a small smile amidst the grim reality of what happened.
Uh-huh.
But she'll open the door and look into the armory.
Strangely enough, it's not what you were expecting. When you open it, where you were assuming there would be weapons lining the walls are actually the skeletons of over 20 Zithians.
Oh.
That's what you're guessing anyway, based on the robes that they're in. They're all stood up and against the walls. This place reminds you of an ossuary, Odie. You've read about them.
This is not what I thought it would be.
You take a look around?
Yeah.
As you look around, you do find that a lot of the personal effects of these Zithians were interred with them. One of them, though, still has Zithian runes on it that are glowing. It's a staff.
She's going to look at that a little closer.
Yeah, do you want to take it?
What she's going to do is she's going to kind of pause, look at it, bite her lip, and be like, I would thank you if you would let me use this in the coming fight against the darkness. And then she's going to take the staff.
As you take the staff, the skull of the Zithian drops a little bit, almost like it's nodding at you to take it. But that's all that's in here, aside from bones and, mundane items, robes. A lot of it's old and frayed, right?
Yeah, she'll otherwise leave the room undisturbed and close the door behind her. I think... Sylpharia, is there anything we can do for that poor elemental that got combined?
I don't know. I'm starting to understand something else about this place, though. I don't think that you two would have noticed, nor Monty, but Valhalmorris's presence is very, very strong here. I can feel his will acting on this place. I think it has something to do with why those elementals aren't behaving properly or normally or as I would expect them to.
I am going to look at the rack of Titan shards and go, do you think there might be one of these that could fix them? I don't know what these do, but I know they involve magic.
She shakes her head. You can almost feel the sense that she has like this wry grin of amusement on her face when it comes to you, Eremon, when you mention anything like solving a problem with magic. Magic doesn't solve everything, Eremon, nor does it solve hardly anything. It's the people that wield it that do so. I'm not sure exactly what those Titan shards do. Some of them are large enough that they probably hold elemental souls, personalities like me.
I wish we could free them.
I just don't understand how this place got like this. She makes her way back out to the room with all of those mindless elementals.
With the Titan shards, neither of us really need them for our magic.
You don't. They can be made into magic items, though.
Yeah. And I mean, this is something we could take to the Baroness.
You could. I mean, it's a treasure trove. It really is. When you look a little closer at them, they're also, those Titan shards that are all there, they're not like infused with like magical power. They all seem to have knowledge in them. Like touching one, basically you can hear an elemental or a Zithian when you touch other ones like lecturing to you.
Odie gets a very happy, excited expression on her face. It's like books that talk to me. I think Odie's gonna take a selection of shards. She'll get out a cloth from her bag and wrap them carefully together.
Do you want to take them all?
Can I take them all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a stockpile of shards of knowledge.
I will let you tell me when one of them is useful to me.
It'll give you some stuff eventually when you have enough time to learn it.
I see Odie loading up on all of those, and I go, well, now that you've collected all those, should we go destroy the crystal lettuces?
Yes. Well, let's go find Sylpharia.
You find Sylpharia in the room with the mindless elementals. She is actually gently talking to one of the water ones in the elemental language. Odie, you can understand it, obviously. Just sit right here and let's talk a little bit. Do you know your name? And the elemental looks at her. I don't remember. And that's what she's doing. She's just talking to them gently, quietly.
Odie's gonna go over and just like gently touch Sylpharia's shoulder. Should we go destroy the lattices now? We can leave you to talk to them.
Yes, please do. I went and checked those, and I brought those elementals that were working on them back in here. I guess when Vima was destroyed, or these versions of her, they stopped being directed or having a purpose, and then they reverted back to this. You can see there's 2 more elementals in here than there were before.
Okay.
It's easy enough for you to walk in there since there's no time crunch anymore to just wreck those capacitors.
I think this is going to be Odie taking a moment with her old staff, not her new staff, her old staff, and taking out her Hovel's Way nice feelings out on all of this, because this has been a day.
So the capacitor room is it turned into a breaking room. Smashing and breaking. I don't know if Eremon also joins in the smashing and the breaking. Monty certainly does. He starts throwing crystals at other crystals, watching little explosions happen.
I think the weird thing that strikes Eremon is that we have seen so much messed up stuff today. His first thought is, these things are really beautiful and they need to be destroyed, but I don't want to see anything else get destroyed, and Odie has this in hand.
So he's going to let Odie just take out all of her rage and frustration.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually it's done. The work is done, and these capacitors are destroyed. They are no longer useful. It would be very, very difficult and very time-consuming to create them again. It takes about, 15, 20 minutes. It's hard work. You're sweating.
Yeah, but it's a good feeling.
Yeah. And now what?
Head back out and see what Sylpharia wants to do, because we did promise that combined elemental that we would help them. But Odie doesn't have any idea what to do for them.
You see Sylpharia is down at the southern door in this larger room, and she's knocking on it, saying, Baelgun? Baelgun, my name is Sylpharia. We are here to help. We've taken care of the Slurg, that lady Slurg. She is no longer here. I don't believe you. Who are you? I said my name's Sylpharia. No, go away. You can't come in.
Is this somebody like you, Sylpharia?
I'm not really sure. I just learned from one of the other elementals that an air elemental named Baelgun Respar, he is one of the caretakers of this place.
Well, we know that room is the ward room, so we want to leave that safe.
Yes, but I would like to speak with this Baelgun. Maybe you can explain to me what has happened here.
Okay.
If I can understand the influence that Valhalmorris has in this place, maybe I can help these people.
Odie is going to reach out and touch Sylpharia gently again. Be like, I know you can do this. You can get through to him. And she's going to cast Guidance. So Sylpharia gets a bonus D4 on any persuasion checks.
And Sylpharia talks to Baelgun. She explains who you are, what you've done, where you've come from. And she even tells her that Ferris, the fire elemental, told his name to her. And with that, one of them remembering something, and Sylpharia getting them to remember, you hear some stuff moving away from the other side of the door, and then the door opens. Behind the door, you see a yellow with blue lightning whirlwind with white pointed eyes, just all of one pale color of white whirling behind the door. Truly? Ferris? Yes, he spoke to me. He told me his name. He remembered. I've been trying to get them to remember for years and years, but the Mountain Strangler, he's just in my head. He's in all of our heads. Staying in this room is all it's allowed me, personally, to keep my mind. And you see the warding room now, and it looks like the capacitor room, but there is a whole bunch of other arcane power connectors. You understand now that those are power. A lot of the runes and whatnot end up like connecting the power in different ways to have the power of elemental magic and also just the natural magic of the world function in different ways. It's really the runes of magic that express the intent of what the magic is supposed to be. That is Zithian magic. That's how Zithian and elemental magic work together. That is not how your two magics work.
Right.
Are you a healer of some sort? No, I'm a caretaker also. They have a conversation. You get from the conversation after a period of time that Valhalmorris gets into their minds and makes them forget to make this place vulnerable. That's what he's been doing for a period of time now, like a long time. And that Baelgun is starting to believe that Sylpharia might be able to help all the people here, all the elementals. And that Baelgun is angling at Sylpharia to stay and help him help them remember.
Odie is going to be translating for Eremon. She's also trying to think if there was maybe some way she could use her starlight magic to try and protect this place. Like maybe some wards or something. Like she knows these concepts should work, even if she doesn't have the skill for them yet.
Make an Arcana check.
I got a 19.
Would you like to spend a point of luck? Do you have a point of luck?
I do have a point of luck. Turn it into a 20.
You start thinking about that, and then you get a plan. And then you start going to those knowledge shards. And then you realize that maybe, just maybe between you and Eremon and the powers that you both possess, you could potentially influence this ward here to make it so that Valhalmorris' influence can't be so powerful or maybe not even useful at all in this place. Then again, if you mess it up, you could potentially destroy the ward or make it unable to fend off Valhalmorris at all anymore. You are messing with complex magic.
Sylpharia, I have an idea. And Odie's going to take the time to explain it to Sylpharia.
That could work. We could do it together. We should probably get some rest and plan.
Yeah.
You take some time. A long rest's worth of time.
Take a long rest.
You both obviously need some sleep. Eremon, as you're sleeping, as you're dreaming, you see a woman illuminated in... What color's your magic?
Purples and blues.
A woman's silhouette in purples and blues to one side of you. To the other side of you is a mountainous form, but it is small even though it is immense. You feel its depth and its height and its weight more than you see it. My knight, you've come so far in such a short time, but you are very close to the enemy now.
That's right, little dreamer. You've come so close to me, I can almost touch you, taste you. Some of my minions have even felt you, and soon I will be free, and your little dreaming witch will be no more.
I am going to address that voice and say, I am not afraid of you, you just make me sad.
This world makes me sad. This prison that I'm in makes me sad. And these gods of yours, what a farce, make me sad.
The thing that keeps me going is to dream of a better day. I am sorry that you have lost that ability.
I just wish my freedom.
I wish I was free also, but sometimes our duties are more important than what we actually want personally.
And that really strikes a chord with Eremon there.
With that, the mountainous figure gets bigger and looms over you and takes a step towards you, and you feel the ground quaking.
Little dreamer, we will meet, and when we do, you will be crushed.
If that is to happen, then it will happen, but I am not going to back down from you.
At least you are brave. At least you are brave.
And then the dream fades into something more pleasant, maybe about Robin.
Complicated in its own way.
You awaken the next day.
Let's do this. Get with, Odie at this point has probably talked out the plan with Sulfaria and Eremon. Even though she doesn't really expect Eremon to completely get it, she knows that he'll still do his part.
Just point at me when you need me to do something.
Odie, can you make another Arcana check? Because you've spent a lot of time dealing with those knowledge shards.
I am going to cast guidance on myself.
Sure.
It's a 21.
Odie, you're pretty sure you have a good plan for how to infuse the energy of the Starlight Elemental that you probably are like a descendant of. That if you are, this should work. But more importantly is understanding where Eremon's powers are coming from. And in order to use the energy that he has, the magic that he has, the power that he has, you need some sort of basis for what's going on here. And you might be a little bit afraid to say anything to Eremon, maybe not, but you just learn something that maybe is not necessarily great to know. It seems that every god that is worshipped in this world is just an ascended Zithian.
I don't think Odie would tell Eremon that.
They were just people like you at one point in time. And they did it as part of the ritual to help bind the Titans. It gave the Zithians the leg up in order to actually bind the Titans so they would stop the war.
I don't think Odie has been particularly religious. Her spiritualness is more based on nature and the stars and the world around her than the worship of gods. But she knows that does give some people solace, but she's going to take that little nugget of knowledge and kind of keep it close for now.
Yeah, I mean, remember, this place has probably been buried under the ground for a good 550 to 600 years.
Yeah.
And you know how people can get with their storytelling and whatnot over the course of centuries.
Yeah. So let's do the thing.
All right, tell me what it looks like.
The way Odie sees this needing to be done is it needs to be both the starlight magic, which is that connection to kind of an elemental power of beyond, but also with the hope of the dreaming, which is kind of the essence of what drives Eremon. Even though it's very philosophical in a lot of ways, it's just that need to focus on the power and just push it a little bit and let Sulfaria basically guide it, because she knows this technology, so to speak. So it's like Odie guides herself and Eremon into pushing the power out and lets Sulfaria kind of weave it into the form of the wards that are already here.
We're going to just do this in one roll. We don't need to do more. You come up with a plan. You've had a lot of time. You think it's going to work. You have advantage on the roll. If you're all weaving your power in through Sulfaria will make the roll. Sulfaria gets a +8 to this roll because of all the preparation that you've done, plus the studying, plus conferring with her, which is basically double her proficiency bonus.
I'm going to cast Bless before we begin this ritual.
With Bless, I will let the guidance roll that's going to be coming be made twice, and you can take the higher of the two.
Yep.
Because Bless wouldn't really, mechanically help, but I think it would help in that way. Who would like to make the D20 roll? Nobody? I could do it, but I'm not taking the blame if it goes wrong.
The way we've been rolling tonight.
It's +8. Well, that's a pretty good roll. I rolled a 27. So it's a 30. Tell me what it looks like when this works. By the way, the DC was 22.
It's just this slight change to the swirling kind of magics and structures around these wards that starts bringing in that purple and blue of Eremon's dreaming with the touch of starlight from Odie. It kind of clicks into place and it ripples out from this room and basically starts affecting all of the elementals almost immediately.
The general malaise of the place. You two don't feel it because you're protected, and Monty doesn't either, but Silfaria, you see, and Respar, they have almost like a blanket lifted off of them, a weight lifted off of their shoulders. They sigh almost like a sigh of relief, like they put down a heavy load. The elementals that are mindless, they're not better yet. It'll take a long time. One does not fix hundreds of years of mental damage with one spell. Respar is so grateful. He understands what has just happened. This place is protected now. Much better than it was before. Silfaria, after everything is over, after you're all getting ready to leave, comes to you. I don't think I can come with you. I think I have to stay here.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm sure we'll meet again. I just have to help these people.
Is there anything that we can do before we leave?
I think you've done plenty. We are going to help these people. And maybe I'll even be able to help the elemental that has no idea who they are. That one that's been forced together. If not separate, at least let them come to terms with what they are and how to live the way that they are.
That makes sense.
She opens up her arms to give you a hug.
And Odie just bear hugs her back.
You can feel the wetness hitting your shoulder from the construct. She leans down, she rubs Monty on the head. You keep a good eye on these folks. They're good people. Don't worry, I will. Plus, they like to give me berries and stuff.
Until you get too fat.
He looks down at his rotund belly. I'm just big boned. Silfaria turns to you, Eremon. She puts her hand out to shake your hand.
I look at her and go, "Are you alright with hugs? Because I like hugs."
She puts her arms open.
And I will just go over and give her a big hug. And while I am holding her and kind of leaned up to her head, I will say, "You've literally saved our lives many times. I'm never going to be able to forget you, and I only wish the best for you, and I hope that we do see each other again."
As you break the embrace, she looks at both of you and Monty. I may have saved your lives many times, but you gave me mine back. Thank you so much.
You've been a good friend, Silfaria, and I don't expect that to change.
It won't. You know where to find me.
We'll be out there doing what we can.
And as soon as I can, I will join you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Heroes of Hovel's Way. Music and sound effects were from Storyblocks and Envato. If you'd like to interact with us, you can join our Discord. There's a link to join it in our show notes. We talk about D&D and other fantasy gaming stuff there along with other topics. If you'd like to support this show, you can join our Patreon. Check it out at patreon.com/Thakawa. That's patreon.com/THAC0WA. The Patreon helps us make this show and Thaka with Advantage. Speaking of patrons who help us out, I would like to thank David Ridout, Matea the Sorceress, Darkmere the Dark, Peter Martin, Eric Bontz, Doug Rass, and Victor Wyatt. Last thing, we're part of the Polygamers Podcast Network. Great show on there is called The Gnome Cast. It's where Ange gathers gnomes together and talks about game mastering advice. Thank you once again for listening, and beware Valhalmorris and his slurg. They just love getting in your small clothes.